So if you need Murray to help you get first, why are we rewarding you for something you need him for? The guy that we're giving a trophy to, the most important player at the end of the game that showed us game after game. When they need to win, they give it to Murray, not Jokic. Right? Yes, Jokic can hit game winners, but that's not who gets those. Right? So we're rewarding him for mistakes, bad decisions before, but as a young guy who's sacrificed, who's played the game right, what do I look forward to? What can I do next year if I'm Shea? Tatum, what do I do next year? Both of us are number one. We're both balling. We lose. Next year I average 35 and I come in third. I'm not going to get it. If Jokic does the same numbers, but his team is number one, that's an upgrade.
It's a chance he's going to get that bitch again.
He can get it again. So think about it. If Murray missed 30 games, they're second. If Murray plays all those games and they win 65 games, he's the MVP again. It's just confusing. Yeah. It's like there's no consistency in none of the voting, and that's where the debate is coming from. If you just gave it to what we thought was the best player on the best team,
that's what it should.
That's the MVP, right? The guy he's averaging 20-something, like we know Jason Tatum could average more if he didn't have a Brown. Yeah, of course. Right. But he has a Brown, and he's sacrificing for him, right? For them to win, for their team to be great. So what are we missing here?
Just the people that's voting. Like it's that. It's the people that's doing the voting. It's plain and simple. Like they change the narrative every year, move the goalposts, and it's a who I like this year, who I'm gonna like next year. I might not. Yeah, it's just who the media pumping. Okay, it's just been this whole season of Nikola, and it's just like, damn, these other dudes are really fucking playing well, and their team are winning as well. Mm-hmm. It never gets meant because it's every time you turn on the TV, MVP candidate, MVP candidate. Yeah, but Jason Tatum has proved it as well, right? Year in, year out. Like he has proven that what he is to the Boston Celtics, right? Mm-hmm. Without Jason Tatum, with the way his production year in, year out, and like you said, sacrificing, they wouldn't have a chance to be in first. But they don't reward it from being in sixth.
Even somebody like Brunson, right? He loses players all year, right? In our minds at the beginning of the season, the number one option. He loses them, and he gets that team to second. Where's the push for it? It just doesn't make sense. Like Denver, you won last year. You won the championship. You were number one. That means when you came into this season, you were the dudes with the crown, right? You have the crown on your head coming into the season. You are the marked man. And you lost the crown to two teams. You're not the number one stud. There's two teams here and here that has the crown of the best teams in the NBA. How are you getting rewarded for losing it? I don't care about your second best player not playing. Most of these teams don't even got a second best player.
So is it the wins? Is it the individual stats?
Who was the best player in the NBA this year? Who was the best player in the NBA?
Embiid, Jokic, Giannis.
Yeah, Luka led the league in scoring.
It depends on what was the criteria.
Say again. Who's the best player
in the NBA right now? 82 games.
Like, are we saying like that? Yeah, because
just who number one? I mean,
who's the best? Who's not number one? Who's the best player in the NBA?
To me, I'm gonna have to go with.
Yeah, who would you say right now? Everybody's healthy, standing straight up, first game of the season. That's what you're asking.
Who's the best player?
Who do you think the best player in the NBA is?
I'm going with young fella, Anthony Edwards.
Who do you?
I got Embiid.
I got Joel.
Got Joker.
But obviously Embiid not eligible, didn't hit the game requirement.
So when Michael Jordan was winning all those MVPs, were there other players better than him?
No.
Right? But then Charles Barkley got an MVP.
Yeah, fact.
David Robinson.
Fact.
There was other players that got MVPs during those ranks, right?
Yeah.
But unequivocally, Michael Jordan could have gotten An MVP every year he played, maybe.
I mean, he should have. His team was number one every year. He was the best player every year. I mean, that was the criteria. But that's the opposite here.
Why?
Because
whatever
Michael Jordan's team was number one every year. So somebody who went from 7th team to the 2nd team, they say, "Oh, that's the big jump. He must be MVP." So,
Well, the one year he wasn't number one. The one year the Bulls wasn't the best team in the NBA. He still got it. This is the same thing. Joker wasn't. The team wasn't number one in the NBA, but they giving it to him because he's the best player in the NBA.
Well, just
what year was they not the best player?
Well, just put it in context though. So we also, since we sitting here like we with this 65 game thing, right? Mm-hmm. You take that off the table. Mm-hmm. We're sitting here saying that Joel Embiid is the MVP of the NBA. It wouldn't even been close. Mm-hmm. Like if we having an honest conversation here, it wouldn't even been close. Like Joel would have ran away with that thing. Mm-hmm. So with us having an honest conversation, then that's like, yeah, Nikola's rebounds, assists, the assist puts him, but Joel averaged 6.5, 6 this year. So he was trying to implement that into his game this year, which shit.
It's just it's so weird that they use the assist to make a case, and then when a guard is rebounding, you don't make a case for that stat that player's doing, because then it becomes he's patenting his stats for rebounding, but you don't say he's patenting his stat for the assist, because you're using the assist as a valuable tool to put him over everybody. If you take that away, his double-double is a normal double-double for any big in the league.
Russell Westbrook. He got the MVP.
One time. He had 4 triple-doubles, and they said after the first one, you're padding your stats. They've rewarded Jokic 3 MVPs over almost getting these joints. Almost getting them, not getting them, almost. What happens if he averages a triple-double next year?
But let's talk.
He gets it.
Let's just talk metrics of a complete player. When you're talking about the best player, right? You're covering the board. If we're talking stats, you're talking about assists. How can the assist not merit or account for the actual voting? It's points, rebounds, assists, defensive presence, all of those different things.
Then why did they penalize Westbrook?
Like they penalized Russ for
But they rewarded him also.
Just once.
Once, twice, whatever. He did. He got rewarded.
How about this? Russell's stats every year that he averaged a triple-double is better than Jokic's stats every time he won an MVP.
Who won the MVP when Russ didn't win it?
James Harden.
Okay.
Won.
Would you say that James Harden's numbers in his year, that year he won it, was outstanding?
Lucas. He did Luka.
Luka won MVP?
Nope.
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. So when Russ didn't win it, who won it?
Luka. James Harden.
Luke, what you saying Luka for?
James Harden's stats is Luka's stats. Just without the
No, I'm
rebound.
asking you who won
James
MVP.
Harden.
So it's 3 times he averaged triple
James
double.
Harden, then what it would have been Giannis twice.
Giannis and James Harden won MVPs years that Russ was doing what he was doing.
Triple-double.
He actually won one year.
Yeah.
Right? So with Joker, seeing that no one's doing what he's doing, similar to Russell Westbrook's stats covering the board, and there's no one putting up numbers like James Harden's one.
Luka. I just keep saying it. Luka.
How much did James Harden average?
36.
36. Luka's not averaging 36.
No, he's averaging 30. Remember, his numbers, his totals is higher than James. He's number one that's ever been since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. No, since Wilt. Luka this year total everything was higher.
Points, rebounds, and assists together.
So
Was higher.
So you're saying that Luka's having the same type of year James Harden had in the
Actually,
MVP season?
statistically better.
I'm not talking about statistics. I'm talking about the year that
Yes.
James Harden had. So the 60-point games, the consecutive 40-point games, and all that stuff, right? Same kind of year, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying Luka deserved it?
If we're going by what you're about to say, yeah.
So just to jump in, the year that Harden won the MVP, he averaged 30 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. The next year, he averaged 36.
And didn't get it.
Finished second. Next year, he averaged 34, finished third.
Damn.
Right.